As said in last week's episode of How's the Market, people are still going to be buying and selling real estate. People are still refinancing their homes and entering in contracts to purchase real estate. And those folks are looking for mortgages. And when I want to know what's going on in the mortgage market, one of the first people I reach out to is Brian Neumann with the Mortgage Network. Brian, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And
happy to be here.
Excellent. So let's get right to it, man. You're sitting there right now and you haven't called your mortgage lender and you're wondering if I should refinance. Who's the no-brainer should be refinancing right now?
I mean, anybody over 4% should definitely reach out.
Okay.
I mean, really, anybody should be getting a look at it because rates are hitting historic levels.
Okay.
If you want to shorten your loan term, anybody on an adjustable rate that wants to look at getting fixed, or just some people that want to go from a fixed to an adjustable rate because the rates are so low and they know in that 7-10 year period they'll be moving on from their home.
Correct. So some of the adjustments we've seen in rates are kind of emergency actions, right? So that it'd be safe to assume that at some point they'll go up in the future.
In the future they'll go up. The Federal Reserve kicked back in their quantitative easing program they used to get us out of the Great Recession. So yesterday on Monday they opened up unlimited buying of mortgage-backed securities, which will drive liquidity into the market and keep the rates low.
All right, so the Fed has instituted some of the same things they did during the Great Recession. Last week, rates went to basically zero, right? And mortgage rates didn't tie in like they normally do, right? They came down, right?
But the Federal Reserve dropped their federal funds rate, which is the money that banks charge each other on overnight borrowing. It has an ancillary effect on mortgage rates. What really is going to drive the rates down is their mortgage-backed securities buying program.
Okay.
And investing in the treasury bonds and all that.
The packages of mortgages, basically.
Yes,
then, right?
What they did last week lowered the cost of home equity lines, credit cards, auto loans, things like that. So more consumer credit.
So then that eases up the consumer markets, hopefully keep the consumer market going and stimulated.
The
housing
investments
market.
in the mortgage backs will keep the housing market going. We're still seeing people call every day, still looking, ready to buy. Some making offers, some just holding off, for timing.
It's safe to say. I mean, we're definitely not in what I would call our normal market. I mean, our conversations today are different than they were 3 weeks ago, right?
Yes.
But like you said, people are still buying and selling. I know some of my investor clients that were looking to flip, or some of those are looking to hold or sit tight and see what happens.
Yeah, we have
buyer sentiment, right? What are the buyers going to be doing? Those who are retiring, right? I mean, those people are still retiring.
They're still retiring. They're still going to move, and the world's still going to go on.
Yeah.
So people are still making their life plans and just doing things a little slower than normal due to the restraints right now.
Yeah,
we know life will get back to normal soon.
Right. Yeah, it'll be a new normal. And like anything, uncertainties definitely create hurdles in the decision-making process. But at the end of the day, you still got to make those decisions, whether it's right to buy or sell.
Yes.
Perfect. So. Let's talk about some of the things. I know we've all had to make some shifts in our business practices. We're taping outside. We're standing a little further apart because we couldn't be in your office today, right? I know some of the things we've already been kind of doing for years now, right? You guys are set up completely electronically.
We're set up completely digital. You can start the application process online. All the documents can be uploaded online. Everything can move through seamlessly digital with nobody ever needing to come in contact. We're here for the contact when we're allowed to have it again in the future. But if, for the time being, we are just keeping our distance and using the technology that's available to us.
Yeah, and I know, as you know, with some of our out-of-town buyers, we've been doing FaceTime showings and things like that for years. Having separate cars, things of that nature. In moving forward, you have any kind of outlook regarding rates or anything like that? I mean, I know we're all guessing at this point.
The biggest
right?
outlook on rates is that they're going to stay low because of what the Fed's doing, this injection. So that'll keep them down. They didn't put a time frame on it, so it'll just depend on how long they stay in the market and then when the real investors, come back. They're expecting real investors to come back soon, but then it's just a balance of how much and who's putting it in. But
the old squeezing the balloon at that point, right?
The overall sentiment is rates will be at this level for at least the near future, probably a good portion of this year, if not longer.
Excellent. So, and as I was talking about in the housing market the other day, and I've had some of our conversations in the past couple weeks, is a lot of those underlying fundamentals are still there, right? In our Hilton Head real estate market, and that is that baby boomers are turning 65 by 10,000 a day. I get the feeling that the remote workforce is going to start picking up after this. I think a lot of companies are going to see there's some probably savings.
This is going to probably be a shot in the arm to the whole virtual meetings and
that's it. The virtual
conference
meetings,
calls, and all that stuff. So
absolutely, and then
which will help our area because virtual people want to live here.
Yeah, because you can have your virtual meeting with this in the background.
Exactly.
So you and the family staying healthy and staying outdoors and trying
everybody's
to stay
healthy, just homeschooling, staying outdoors, taking things to different levels of new experiences, but we're good. We're having fun.
Awesome. Well, Brian, I'm glad to hear that you guys are all staying healthy and that you're still available and providing that knowledgeable and expert service that you've always provided me in the mortgage industry and every client I've ever referred to you. Luckily for us, we've got some educators in our household that's going to help our homeschooling hopefully a little bit easier.
Taking the load off, and we're still here and we can work remotely. I've got a laptop and a cell phone, so that's all we need. Perfect.
Well, if you're looking for Brian, all of his contact information can be found at the bottom of this post. And really appreciate taking some time out of your day, Brian. Until next time, stay tuned to Cruising with the Kinerts on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for fun and informative stories about living, working, and playing in the Low Country.